How's it going, my fellow foodies? It's your favorite teenage chef here, Sam Fuda, and due to some malfunctions in my video setting on my camera, I have a voiceover slideshow for you today. So the Greenbelt challenge for the month of July is berries. I figured a lot of my competitors would go with a sweet dish, but I don't know for sure. So I decided to try and think outside the box a little and go with a savory dish. The dish I made is a blueberry slow-cooked leg of lamb with a cranberry and sun-dried tomato polenta, creamed spinach, crispy onions, and some crumbled local blueberry goat cheese. I also have a little bonus dish that I left for a surprise at the end of the video. So if you decided to make this dish, you're going to have to plan it the night before, as the lamb has to cook all night in a slow cooker. In that slow cooker, you want to add some coarsely chopped onions, garlic, rosemary, and tomatoes. Try and buy a leg of lamb around roughly 5 to 6 pounds with the bone removed so you can season the inside of the meat. Trim the butcher twine off the lamb and open it up onto a cutting board. Season generously on all sides with salt, pepper, paprika, ground ginger, and lightly with oregano. Roll the leg back up and place it in the slow cooker. Now add 2 cups of fresh or frozen blueberries and 2 cups of a fruity wine. I used a Shiraz because I felt it helped complement the blueberries. Top the cooker up with water so the lamb is fully submerged. Set it to low and just forget about it. The next step is the polenta. In a food processor, mix 3/4 cup of sun-dried tomatoes and a 3/4 cup of dried cranberries. Add 1 cup of heavy cream and 2 generous tablespoons of softened goat cheese. What I did here is I took some of our wine and I put it in a bowl over some fresh blueberries and a little bit of sugar. Just let it soak for a few minutes and throw a couple into the food processor with the polenta mix. Set a few aside for later on. In a pot, start the polenta. Add 2 cups of the lamb's braising liquid and 2 cups of heavy cream. Once that is boiling, you're going to add 2 cups of cornmeal. Move the temperature down to a low heat and constantly stir. Until the cornmeal gets thick, it's a little bit of a labor of love. And add the cranberry and sundried tomato mix. Set it aside. Now the creamed spinach is actually really easy. In a pan, add 2 cloves of chopped garlic and 6 cups of fresh spinach or 2 cups of frozen. Once that starts to wilt and get hot, add 1 cup of cream, salt and pepper to your taste, and a little bit of white wine. A knob of butter won't hurt it either. When all the spinach is wilted, add 1 cup of parmesan cheese and set aside. Because we have a lot of creamy and tender goodness going on in this dish, I added some crispy onions for texture. Peel the onion and cut it in half. Thinly slice it and put it in a bowl with some flour. In a frying pan, fill it up halfway with sunflower or vegetable oil because it doesn't burn as quickly. Once it is hot, sprinkle the onions evenly around the pan to avoid clumping. When they start to look golden, put them in a plate lined with paper towel and lightly salt them. Remove your lamb from the slow cooker and put it in a large bowl so you can pull it apart. It should be so tender that you could do it with 2 forks. Add 2 cups of the braising liquid to the bowl to keep it juicy and a little bit of salt to your taste. For plating, start with the polenta. Place a ladle of it in the bowl and with a spoon, form a kind of a well in the center of it. In the well, add your creamed spinach and cover it with a mini mountain of that beautiful lamb. Use a fork and crumble some of that blueberry goat cheese on top and finish it off with a little nest of crispy onions. Blueberry braised Ontario lamb with a sun-dried tomato and cranberry polenta, creamed spinach, local blueberry goat cheese, and crispy onions. Now let's not forget about that bonus dish. We made an unreal cheese platter featuring fresh picked raspberries, blueberry goat cheese, Danish blue cheese, Niagara brie, and some applewood smoked cheddar. Add some crostinis and those leftover wine-soaked blueberries and you have a beautiful sharing cheese platter. The soaked berries are a nice little extra step you can do to make something awesome become incredible. And you can do it with whatever's in season. Cherries, peaches, figs, you name it. I'm Sam Fuda and this is my entry for the month of July challenge, berries.